Hey guys, it's your main man. Actually, I'm bringing you guys some more Digimon Adventure for the PSP. In the last part, we did half of episode number 51, I believe, 52. Uh, and today we are continuing on. This episode is known as, I believe, the Dragon Warrior KaiserGreymon. And over here, we got this weird ass Digimon whose name is Agnemon, and he's trying to, he thinks that we're bad, but in fact we are, basically, this is Takuya. He is the protagonist of Digimon Adventure, no, Digimon Frontier, which is the fourth season in Digimon, in the Digimon series, and it's actually a cool series. It's kind of overlooked by a lot of people. I don't really see a lot of people talking about it, but yeah, it's interesting. Basically, he thought that, he basically says that some copy of Agumon is going around attacking Digimon, and so he went around and um tried to attack us, but I guess he was wrong about it. But this is his like final evolution, in Digimon Frontier, um they don't have partners. The what was it? The Digidestined, they don't have partners. Instead, they can digivolve into their own Digimon by utilizing these things called spirits, Digimon spirits. Takuya, he has the spirits of, I believe, the spirit of fire. Yeah, I do. Yeah, the spirit of fire. And there's another guy who has the spirit of light. This is what Emperor Greymon is like, the combination of like many different spirits. I don't know which ones they are, but they are. There's a bunch of different spirits that come together to create Emperor Greymon, and he actually, it's actually a really cool Digi-evolution sequence. I like it, but here we're gonna talk about Emperor Greymon. So Emperor Greymon is a Dragon Warrior Digimon, and he is a Mega Class hybrid Digimon whose name and design are derived from Kaiser, which is Dutch for Emperor, and Greymon. It is the legendary Zeta Warrior of Flame, who also known as the Transcended Form 9 Fire Dragons, were lodged into Emperor Greymon's blazing sword. To control them, it has the Soul Sword, sealing the dragon spirits. It also uses Ryoken in its attacks, summoning these dragons via the sword. So its three attacks are Flame Dragon Attack, Nine-Headed Dragon Ray, and Dragon Soul Sword. I also, on top of that, has Giga Heal, so it can heal you. Um, Emperor Greymon on your team is actually very useful because he also has Ultra Counter ability, which makes the copy that you're fighting against actually pretty easy to take on, in my opinion. But as a support Digimon, it's alright. It does a lot of damage and can attack multiple Digimon at one time. So going through the digital dungeons with Emperor Greymon is much easier. But unfortunately, in this boss battle, Emperor Greymon isn't going to be doing much. Again, you're going to be doing most of the damage to your opponent. So yeah, you're definitely going to not need Emperor Greymon in future, in my opinion. Just concentrate on yourself and you should be fine. Unless it's like halfway through the battle and he's like really if the copy of Emperor Greymon is like about half health, don't bother like trying to heal Emperor Greymon, or don't bother trying to heal your partner, because usually it's just better to just go on by yourself, because you're still gonna do enough damage to where you're gonna be able to wear him down to a certain degree. Like I'm doing a lot of damage to Emperor Greymon right now, and yeah, it's very useful. But Digimon Frontier, first ever Digimon show to actually incorporate the whole they transform into Digimon rather than having partners. So the character development was a lot focused on the humans rather than the Digimon themselves. It was a cool show. I don't remember a lot of it because last time I watched it was a long time ago. I do remember certain bits, but it was kind of interesting. But Takuya is the main character of that show, and he was the leader, I believe. And it was cool. It was alright. I didn't really see much of it, but it was okay. But anyway, we defeated them. That's pretty much it. And we get a attack boost Omega. Like that's not gonna matter. You're not gonna be really equipping this kind of stuff until the after game. Yeah, there is an after game. I'm gonna explain more of that when we get to it. But yeah, we leave Takuya back, so we can move on to the next area. And this episode is called "The Dragon of Light, ShineGreymon." And look, it's another Agumon, and we have to fight it. Yeah, don't worry about this boss battle. It's ridiculously easy. It's just so easy. ShineGreymon doesn't even have any kind of like, he has a ridiculously low amount of health, so taking him down is like no problem. And also with Supercharge, he does like, look at that. I did like half of his HP bar just annihilated in one shot. Literally. This boss battle is easy. Do not worry anything about it. If you have Supercharge, if you have Brave Tornado, you should be completely 100% fine. But this is Marcus, or Masaru in Japanese, and Marcus is the main character of Digimon Savers, or Digimon Data Squad as it's known in the English. His partner is Agumon, and Agumon is a bit different to Taiji's Agumon because they're a lot like each other. As you can see, Marcus's Agumon is much bigger than Taiji's Agumon, and also on top of that, Marcus's Agumon is a bit more feisty and a bit more offensive when it comes to attacking. Their personalities really clash, and well, not really clash, they really come together because both Tamer and Human like to fight a lot. Marcus is possibly known for being one of the first actual people to actually go ahead and punch a Digimon in the face, and that is, you know, punching a Digimon in the face allows him to digivolve Agumon into ShineGreymon, which is absolutely, it's hilarious. It just is. But Digimon Savers, a lot of people consider this the weakest of these series, and I'm okay. It breaks the trend of having like middle school teenagers, not middle school teenagers, more like middle school students as the main character. Marcus is he's in high school, and he's the oldest, and also he breaks the trend of not having goggles. Man, you ruined it, Marcus. You ruined it. But anyway, Marcus, he's very offensive. He's very he's strong, and he's very aggressive. He's a very aggressive person, and Agumon is a lot like him. Digimon Data Squad was the one I watched the most, considering that it's the one that came on TV the most. I mean, I've watched it about a billion times now, and it was alright. You know, it did a lot of things but because it took away from the formula, it didn't really do that much for me, to be honest. But anyway, we got ShineGreymon here, and ShineGreymon is a light Digimon. He's a light dragon Digimon whose name and design are derived from ShineGreymon. And though it is a pun on rise and shine, it fights with the red hot solar energy it accumulates, and its Geo-Greysword contains the condensed power of Gaia, and its moves are Glorious Burst, Shining Blast, and Shiny Geo-Greysword. On top of that, ShineGreymon also has Anger, which means it will boost its attack by one stage every time it gets attacked. So yeah, this boss battle is actually really easy, much easier than any of the other boss battles, because ShineGreymon does a lot of damage to the other ShineGreymon and all that. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Digimon Data Squad. it was alright. I like some of the characters and I like how certain things progressed, but it was pretty weak. The premise was Digimon were known by humans, but they weren't 100% known. Like they were more like rumors and myths. And then Marcus gets finds Agumon, and then he gets inducted into DATS, which is I don't know what it's called, but I don't know what it stands for. But DATS is an organization that basically find Digimon that have escaped into the human world, defeat them, turn them into eggs, and then send them back into the digital world. So Marcus becomes a part of that. He meets two other people, and they work together. Like at one time, they go to the Digimon world to find another Digimon and come back. And it's like it's like that for the most part. And then later on, it becomes a bit more crazier when more Digimon start seeping through your holes, and crazy scientist who wants to fuse with a Digimon, blah blah blah. It felt a lot like Men in Black. It tried to do the whole Men in Black thing where, like they even had the pens that would wipe people's memories. Yeah, I swear to God they would. It's just that kind of. It was that kind of show, and it was cool for so long, but to be honest, it really didn't do much for me. And a lot of people consider it the weakest. I consider it one of the weakest. Yeah, in terms of everything that's memorable about it, in terms of everything that is good about it, it's pretty weak compared to other shows. But yeah, this boss battle is actually not that difficult. Again, ShineGreymon. On the ShineGreymon on your side does a lot of damage to this ShineGreymon, and yeah, look how much damage he's doing to me. It's like 71, basically like about 300 damage. That's so low. And one thing I hate about this game, like the health bars are really goddamn stupid. Look at that. He literally has no health bar, but he's still alive. I don't. Could it please represent how much health they got in real time? But after that, you get a HP boost Omega, and yeah, Masaru is probably his model stands out from the rest of them. I'll point that out when we see him, but yeah, for the first time, we see Gonkumon, who's the person who's doing all of this crap, and yeah, he's basically trying to test Huckmon, I believe. Yeah, he's trying to test Huckmon, and he attacks Huckmon for some weird ass reason. No. But that's pretty much the end of that episode, and next we're moving on to... There are 2 more episodes after this, and we're back here. This is called Shout It Out, OmegaShoutmon. And look, we got a bunch of Digimon behind us, yay. But who is this? Shoutmon and his partner Taichi. Oh god, man, I can't say it. Anyway, this is Taichi and his partner Shoutmon. Taichi is the main character of Digimon Crossovers or Digimon Fusion. In the English version, he's known as Mikey. I'm gonna call him Taichi because Mikey is a stupid name. But in Digimon Crossovers, it's one of my favorite shows. Honestly, it's one of my favorite Digimon shows. And OmegaShoutmon we got here is Digimon is Shoutmon's kind of mega form, I guess. It warped Digivolves into OmegaShoutmon. But let's get some information up. OmegaShoutmon is a dragon type Digimon, is a dragon man Digimon, whose name and design are derived from OmegaShoutmon and OmniShoutmon. In the English version, it is known as OmniShoutmon. It is a form obtained when Omnimon bestows the legendary Digivolution upon a Shoutmon that released its boiling hot soul. In addition to its intense passion, it shines gold because its entire body is clad in the Omega Inforce, a power received from Omnimon. Its build is become crisp and sharp. Because of its glittering and sharp body, its enemies only see OmegaShoutmon's figure as an afterimage that cannot be pursued. Its attacks are Heavy Metal Vulcan, Hard Rock Soul, and Beat Slash. So, I guess I should talk about Digimon Cross Worlds and why I feel it's one of my favorites. Digimon Cross Wars introduces Digimon Fusion or Digimon Digicross. Digifusion basically it's like DNA evolution but a bit different. Instead of DNA evolution is more of a fusion between two Digimon to make a new Digimon. DNA Digivolution is like that, but Digicross or Digimon Fusion is basically you take a base Digimon and you have a lot of other Digimon, and that base Digimon wears the other Digimon as kind of like armor pieces. So you have Shoutmon, and then you have Ballistamon, and then you have what's the last one? Darulamon, and then they'll Digicross and they become Shoutmon times 3 because there are 3 other Digimon. Yeah, you get it. So that's how Digicross works. It's less like DNA Digivolution and more like wearing other Digimon as armor. OmegaShoutmon's Digivolution comes about in one of the episodes where Taichi finds himself back in the human world, and then one of the generals, one of the bad guys that were fighting in the digital world, comes and to the human world and starts wreaking havoc. And so Omnimon or Omegamon or whatever you want to call him comes up and he gives Shoutmon the power to warp Digivolve into OmegaShoutmon, and they easily disband the evil Digimon, and then they go back to the digital world to find their friends and such, and the story carries on from there. Digimon Cross Wars is actually quite long. It's quite extensive because there are like 2 arcs to it. There's the first arc where Taichi and his friends go into the digital world and they meet Shoutmon, and they go after these things called the Code Crowns, and these things control like different kind of zones. The digital world has changed a bit since last time, so it's split into zones, and each zone is controlled by a code crown. If you have that code crown, you can control who leaves and enters each zone. So Taichi and Shoutmon go around finding these code crowns, and in the second half it follows more of the Digimon formula, but again it's more about the Digimon world has changed again, and so you have different kind of areas now, and they're controlled by different kind of evil Digimon, and Taichi and his new friends who used to be his enemies join up with him, and they go around defeating all these Digimon, and that's how that works. The first half of the season was actually a big difference. Usually it always starts with like 3 or 5 users of Digivices coming together and going to the digital world, but this was different. Taichi's friends didn't have Digivices. Instead, the only one who had Digivice was Taichi, and it's called a fusion loader, and he used it to Digicross and Digifusion all his Digimon that he's got, and that was pretty much the first half. And then the second half, those enemies that he'd met they're more like antagonists than anything. Those people he had met, he started to work with them to free the Digimon world from the evil people that were controlling it. And, yeah, that's pretty much how that worked. But Omega Shaman as a Digimon very useful. I find it does a lot of damage and knows when to heal. That's a big thing. But this boss battle it's all right. It doesn't take you too long to take it out, in my opinion. It doesn't take me it doesn't take me too long either. It's pretty easy to take out. I think, yeah, this is the last hit, I believe. Yep, got him. So I might be skipping all this text, but it's actually kind of interesting because I'm reading it now. If you want to see the text, I'll link in the description where you can, where there's a guide, where you can look at all the text. But here we meet, what's his name? We meet Tagiru. Tagiru is the protagonist of Digimon Crossroads, the young hunters who leapt through time. And Tagiru, basically it happens, I think it's about a few months after the original show. Basically Tagiru, he goes around and he finds his partner, what's his name, Gumdramon. And he finds his partner Gumdramon. Basically what's going on is that there's this space between the human world and the digital world, and Digimon are like phasing into that world, and then Tagiru is given a crossloader so he can go into that world and capture the Digimon, and he goes and learns about the Digimon, the Digivolution and all that crap. And then he meets Gumdramon, and then the two become a team. Yeah, the boy, Digimon Crossroads, the young hunters who left through time. By the way, that title is a reference to The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time was directed by the same director who did the Digimon movie. So yeah, that was a bit of a shout out to him, I guess. But Arrestdramon is a dragon Digimon whose name and design are derived from Arrester and Dramon. It is a form that evolved from Gundramon by removing its King Koji type-bound child. It uses a special rubbery battle armor as its clothing, which manifests Gumdramon's characteristic elasticity at its maximum and further strengthens its defensive side. Its wings have gone larger, enabling high-speed flight. By changing its tail into a tail anchor, it has become able to arrest the opponent in addition to tearing them apart. So its attacks are Mach Flicker, Spin Caliber, and Prism Gallet, I believe. And Arrestdramon, easily the easiest of all the bosses. Number 1, Arrestdramon doesn't have the best defense. Number 2, because Greymon is a Draymon killer and does super effective damage against Draymon Digimon, Arrestdramon dies a lot faster. Like, I do so much damage to Arrestdramon, it's ridiculous. Moves like Brave Tornado and Draymon Killer do a lot of damage to it, but I recommend going for Brave Tornado because it does more damage. But this Arrestdramon is not that difficult. Number 1, it doesn't have any moves that can boost its stats. On top of that, it may have Ultra Counter, but in my experience of fighting this thing, it does not do that much damage. It hardly ever breaks me, that's for sure. Arrestdramon, on your side of the field, is kind of weak. He doesn't do that much damage, but he's very good when it comes to healing you. That's pretty much it. But the young hunters who left through time. This was a continuation of Digimon Cross Wars, and it was boring. I'm saying this now. It was just boring. It wasn't as good as Cross Wars was, and in my opinion, it was just incredibly boring entirely. And it wasn't that interesting in my opinion. The only thing that was interesting is one specific episode, which you had pretty much the biggest nerdgasm. I had the biggest nerdgasm when it happened. It was like, it's the biggest shout out to Digimon fans I've ever seen, and honestly, it was the best part of the entire show. Just that one moment, and you know, if you guys have watched the show, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I might link it after this part, just so you can experience it yourself. But yeah, that is all I have to say about the young hunters who left through time, because it wasn't that interesting. It had all these interesting characters, but it didn't really expand on them. It had pretty interesting concept, but it didn't really expand on that anyway. As a continuation, it was kind of weak. Tagiro as a main character, kind of a weak character, because he's almost exactly like Taichi. To be honest, I would have liked if Taichi was in the show, but he was more of a secondary character than the main character. Tagiro was the main character in the show, and Taichi basically acted a lot like a mentor rather than a main character to Tagiro, which is kind of weird, but you know. But one thing I really like about Digimon Cross Wars as a whole is the music. The music is like amazing. I love the music in Digimon Cross Wars, man. It's just amazing. But anyway, that is the last of all these episodes 52, and in the next part, guys, we are going to be finishing off this game. Yeah, but this time, and guess who we're gonna be fighting? Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today's episode. Again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, this has been Mainman Axiom signing out. Peace.
まだだぞシャウトモン。およ、可愛い後輩たちのためだ。なんぼでも体張れるぜ。惚れたぜ、その心意気。なんすかあの人、いきなりデジモンぶん殴った。間に合ったな。俺が無敵の喧嘩番長大門勝だ。あの時助けてくれた。あのアグモンは空も飛べるんだね。まあいいじゃないかアグモン。俺は八神太一、こいつは相棒のアグモン。よろしくね。いいぞブイモン。俺は本宮大輔、太一さんの後輩だけど今は同い年だ。え、どういうこと？あの二人は同じ世界の違う時間から来たんだよ。すごいな、あの二人が揃って見られるなんて。俺、神原拓也。ああ、俺だけ横にデジモンいないけど気にしないで。僕はテイマー松田貴人、パートナーはキルモン。こっちも負けてられないぞ。アグモン進化だ。俺たちも何なんですかあの人たち。デジモンと合体したりデジモンに変身したり、何なんすかあの人。何なんですか。やったーブラックバスター。タイヤフォー。 片付いた。あれ、みんなは何やってんだよジョー。みんな東京の手伝いに行くって言っちゃったよ。そうなの？大丈夫かブイモン。マグナモンは時間短いのが難点だよな。
待たせたな大輔。
ただね
太一さんや拓也くんの仲間も一緒だ。
よーし行くぜブイモン。
行けスティングモン。
こっちも行くぞウォーグレーモン。竹兄ちゃん、みんなの力連れてきたよ。
よーし気合い入れていくぞ。
今度はデジクロスした。
ちゃいますな。オメガモンはただの合体。あっちはジョグレス進化のインペリアルドラゴン。そっちのはエンシェントスピリットエボリューションでスサノオも今にや。
ご丁寧にあざまーす。
ってどなたですか？
また会えたねユウクモン。
クラに来てくれたんだ。
力を合わせるよ。
デュークモンクリムゾンモードか。こっちもバーストモードだ。シャイングレイモン。
俺もやるぜ。おっと派手なのが来るぞ。みんな隠れてろ。
全部やっつけちゃった。でもまだ本体はかすり傷一つついてないわ。
数でも勝てないと知ったな。次の手が来る前にこちらも準備だ。